Hey y'all, Dr. Maka here, plastic surgeon, Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, insurance, y'all. We gotta talk about it, and I'm just gonna explain to y'all my current situation and why I'm coming on here to just open up the discussion that it really honestly has been brought to the forefront by Dr. Elizabeth Potter, a colleague of mine. I'm a plastic surgeon. I take insurance for breast reconstruction only. I don't take it for anything else, and I'm gonna explain that in a little bit, but I'm looking at this patient who is scheduled for surgery next month. And so basically what happens is you have codes that you submit to an insurance company. These are called CPT codes. You submit to an insurance company that says, these are the procedures I want to do, and I'm sending it to you now so you can let me know if it's approved or not, right? Okay. Submitted a number of codes. Some got approved. Some of them, basically, I'm reading to y'all what this says. It says, this code does not require a pre-auth, and predetermination is not available for these codes from this payer. Let me interpret that for you. Basically, insurance is saying, you can do this procedure, but we may not cover it. Do you ever go, and oh, by the way, you're not going to know if, insurance saying also, you're not going to know if we're going to cover it until after the fact. Do you ever go to work and leave and your employer tell you, I don't know if you're going to get paid for this. Let's just see how it goes. Would you show up to work? Would you have some questions? This is what if y'all can understand, this is what healthcare right now is looking like. This is what doctors, surgeons are going through. And touching back on, many people are like, why don't you take insurance for this or this? It's not that I don't. Let me explain this. It's not that I don't want to take insurance. It's that I can't afford to take insurance. I'm going to give you another example. This was a while ago. I take call for the ER, and I got called to the ER for a very complex laceration, which is a complex cut involving tissue, skin, exposed bone. My drive there, probably 45 minutes. It took me about 3 hours to do this repair, 45 minutes home. So that's like 5 hours, right? Insurance's reimbursement for that, y'all, was $45. That's how much I was reimbursed. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. So it is like insurance is telling us how to practice medicine, and it's truly becoming a disaster. And in this situation, I'm gonna go back to the situation. They basically told me, this may not be approved. You can try it and see what happens. Now, the other thing about that is they're also saying, I wanted to use a certain type of mesh for this patient because she just needs that extra kind of more rigid support for her breast tissue. Insurance is also saying, well, you know, if you use that mesh, it may not be approved, but you can use all these other types. When I look at the list of all the other types, they are all meshes that are the properties are not going to do what I need. In other words, they have a more expansile force. In other words, they don't hold this much tension and they stretch out. So basically, insurance is trying to direct me how to practice medicine. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at this patient who is designed with a certain outcome. The problems, this is just a small microscope of the big problems that are happening today in healthcare and insurance. And I'm seeing many amazing physician surgeons leaving medicine out of just frustration for all this. And the thing is, on the patient side, you don't realize all the things we're going through. It's really a silent battle because we just kind of suffer in silence or go through this in silence, and we don't say much, and we just kind of live with it. But what we have to realize is that there's a whole generation of doctors and surgeons coming after us, and we have to speak up because this has to get better, because our health, everything depends on it. And the thing is, I'm in private practice, so it's very different if you're in an academic setting or you're in a large group. You can negotiate with insurance so they can make certain reimbursements. But I'm in private practice. It's me, y'all. And at the end of the day, I'm writing a check to pay the rent, insurance, team members, supplies, equipment, all this stuff. And so, it matters, and it'd be impossible to survive with just, it'd be impossible. And when you're in a large group too, or academics, for example, you probably don't even, the interesting thing is you probably don't even notice what the reimbursements are because you're paid a certain salary no matter what. And you probably don't even realize the intricacies of all this happening. But us in private practice are seeing this and feeling this all the time.